What's up, YouTube? Back for another segment here on the Leslie 147 that I've been working on. And let me just show you this Leslie. We've been working on the chassis. We've been I removed the rust from the chassis here and cleaned it up. Remember, we took it outside and sprayed it with some protector so that the rust wouldn't return, and spray painted it with some paint that closely resembled the original color of the Leslie Amplifier. So now I'm about to unveil what I've done and see how it turned out. So we're going to pull the tape off of here and see, and then take a look at our work. Okay, let's see how it turned out. Right, here we go. Let's start with this on here on the side. Try to do this without causing any damage to any of the paint job. Alright. This monster tape, this black tape here, is the monster tape. That stuff really, or monster, I say monster, but it's really gorilla tape. It's very sticky. Gonna have to use some cleaner to remove some of the adhesive that got stuck here on the socket. So I have to clean that off because this is some very adhesive stuff. See, look at it as it's peeling here. You can see it. Get it close up here of it, so you can see it peeling here. You can see this adhesive. So I'm gonna have to clean that off. Okay. Be very careful about this. I don't want to remove any of my original lettering. Okay, no problem there. Okay. Now, I don't want to leave any residue behind from all of this gorilla tape. Okay, I'm going to have to clean that off there. Alright, let's turn it around. We'll get the front first. We'll get the front later. I'm going to change out this, switch out this transformer, power transformer. I'll do that later. Now this is just regular duct tape. It's not as adhesive as the gorilla tape. I call monster tape sometimes. It's really gorilla tape. You can buy that stuff at Lowe's. Still have some on my finger. Some of the adhesive material. duct tape, I'd probably recommend using the duct tape on this type of project over the Gorilla Tape, because you just want something to cover. There's a pesky fly here flying around. I might have to reach across, put my fly swatter here, and take care of this thing, because I don't like flies flying around. Just get on my nerve when I'm trying to do stuff. So that bad fellow settled somewhere. It's gonna be like the wasp the other day. I have to stamp him out. So he better just leave me alone. Uh-oh, there he is. Alright, he's finished. I finished him off. Okay, he's finished. Okay. See now, this right here, look at that. See, I painted all that, painted this, and I painted this top right here. Okay, we go around to the front. This was the worst part. Was that front was, I mean, it was just full of rust. You can go back and look at the other videos and you'll see how rusty that front was, and contrast it to what we have here now. Let's remove. Yeah, I should have used the duct tape as opposed to this Gorilla. This stuff is very sticky. I don't want to tear anything up. This stuff is so sticky. Oh, it's leaving residue on everything it touches. So now I have to go back, clean that off. Oh, it almost took my red sticker off here, but it didn't. This Gorilla Tape. Use duct tape instead of the Gorilla Tape for this type of project, because see, now I got this residue that I have to deal with on parts of it. Alright, that's alright. Here we go. So you can see the difference here between the paint and this space here where the motor is. Okay. But it looks good. I could have colored all of that, but it would have covered the letters. I guess I could have just covered the lettering and colored all of that. Cover, and this is another thing I could do. Take a little piece of tape here and just cover the letters, just that spot, and cover just the sockets here, this socket and this socket, and then paint that area again, and that'll decrease the amount of color differentiation between this little square area here and the rest of the front. Because you can see it looks, I mean, what I've done looks very good. Now I have some tape on the inside. And it's, when I move this, it's gonna remove. It's gonna let's move the camera around here so you can see what I'm talking about. When I move this, see, open up that hole. That's the hole for the fuse holder. And of course, when I remove this piece of tape inside, it'll open up the hole for the 6-pin plug that goes in there. Alright. So, we've got one more piece of tape here covering the 12AU7 socket. Now, I'll use my great value, use a great value wipe here. To wipe off the residual. Squeeze out that great value wipe off any residual that I have. Certainly mess with dealing with this thing. I have sticky residual. I want to clean that up. Before I move on, don't want to forget about that. Okay. Don't need this stuff on my tubes. Don't need any interference. Nothing that will hinder the flow of current relative to my tubes. Okay, so that looks good. Take care of this little socket here. Okay, that looks good. All right. Yep. The good thing about the residue from the Gorilla tape is that it does wipe off. It takes some effort and a little fingernail here, but eventually it comes off. Okay. Even got a little on the side. That too comes off. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So as I said, if you go back and look at a video that I made about 2 weeks ago, because I've been out of town, at a convention in Baltimore and playing the organ there, and engaging in other national church organization related affairs, traveling with my family, and so it was actually a couple weeks ago that we were working on this amplifier. But there it is. And I mean, you'd have to look extremely close at this to tell that it's been doctored up with the paint. But it certainly looks much better than it did before I began working on it. So now I would say that this amp is in presentable condition. The project was not meant to try to make this look like a brand new amplifier. That was not the purpose of this project. Not at all. Had I wanted to do that, I would have needed to have removed all of the components of the amp and then sprayed it. And that was not the intent. The intent was to make the amplifier look presentable and to remove the rust that was predominantly on the front of the amp, and to cover rust spots that were in other or on other parts of the amplifier, which is what I did, and to result or to have as a result of that process a decent looking amplifier chassis, which we now have. And the next step or the next stage of this project will involve doing some rebuilding of the components in the undercarriage, and I've already started that process, so we'll continue with that in the near future. All right, that's enough for this video. So once again, Hammond Duct saying to you, peace out.